Hi, band for today would be one of my absolutely most beloved heavy metal band ever. Next to Judas Priest, I would say there's nothing in metal, heavy metal history that comes close to me to Iron Maiden. Yeah, sure, Iron Maiden started way early, 1980. And yeah, they are active till today. Like Judas Priest too, they are one of the few survivors over that long period. And that's always saying something. Yeah. Not always sure, even sometimes totally trash can keep on many years, but uh, they survive because they are that great. And yeah, I'm a long time listener of Maiden. They are for a very long time since the start when I first got familiar with heavy metal and I liked that kind of genre. Iron Maiden was there from the get go. Always liked their stuff. But only during the last 3 years, I started to with after I was buying that nice stereo rig and a turntable and started a vinyl collection. Yeah, I'm getting through all the bands I love and their discography, and I always listen to everything they ever did, and I take notes which album I would say it's good enough and I want to buy. And for many years, I only had the DVD, and that was all. And I was happy with that because that concert here, the Rock in Rio, was that amazing. So I never ever discovered their full discography. Yeah, and I wanted to do that now, yeah, like I did with so many other bands. Yeah, during the last 2 weeks, I started to complete my Iron Maiden collection. And doing that in 2025 with a band that old, if you want to buy a new pressing or an almost new pressing back that time in a mint or near mint condition from German pressing, UK pressing, US pressing, it will be expensive, yeah. And Iron Maiden did make many albums, and I liked many albums. So if I only would have bought first pressings, that would be a very expensive way for completing that band. So, out of luck in doing my research, in some comments on the Discogs platform, many mentioned Chris Bellman. Chris Bellman is with Bernie Grundman, Ryan K. Smith. These are the guys you know. Oh, that's the lacquer cutters. They are doing amazing stuff. It is not a guarantee because they are not the only one in the chain. The pressing plant at the end, their job is important too, that the album's staying silent. But it is a great start knowing that such a great guy did take care of a heavy metal band, yeah. And then I saw he did quite a lot of their albums, uh, which was great because new pressings, which are not that hyped up like from Analog Productions or MoFi, you can get them really cheap because many collectors don't have the faith that that these can sound anything good. No comparison to the first press. They immediately push to the side. Yeah, but sometimes the masses are not aware of some new pressings and who's behind them. And I wasn't aware too, but with these comments, I knew, and then, oh, great. I started with their debut album in 1980. It's also called Iron Maiden, and it's because it's with a different singer, as most will know. It's not Bruce Dickinson. Yeah, it was Paul Diamo. He did the first two albums, and yeah, I wanted to give that album a try, and I listened over YouTube, and I heard, yeah, he sounds a little bit different, but still good to me, good enough. But was what was most important, the sound of the band, which they are famous for, was already there. And so I didn't care much that it wasn't Bruce Dickinson as the singer. I think Paul did very well in the debut album, and there are many nice songs on that. Yeah? So it was good enough for me to buy it. Yeah? And with 21 euros, that is totally cheap. Yeah? It's a normal. It's not a gatefold. It's a normal cover, and the inner sleeves are the anti-statics, which is for that price. It's really great. Yeah, it's really rare. Yeah, and sound wise, totally happy with it. Couldn't ask for more. And when it comes to noise floor, noise from pops and clicks, nothing. That thing is 100% clean of that. Amazing, and that for that price, wow. Yeah, if every album would be that silent, yeah, I would never complain about pops and clicks. Amazing. So that was a really good start for Maiden for me, into the Chris Bellman pressings. Yeah, when I go to, that's 2 years later, the 1981 Killers album. I didn't like that so much, didn't buy that. And The Number of the Beast is the album I had before. That's a German pressing, first pressing from 82. And yeah, it was a near mint condition, near mint. And yeah, it's almost as silent as this one. And that's great for that. Such an old album, it was 65 euros. So yeah, you had to spend way more, but it's still, for that legendary album, the price is still okay. That's getting way way better in the market. Yeah, and sure, this album is maybe their best. For me, it's fighting on the top levels for me against the others. But with Children of the Damned, that was an amazing song on the first side. And then I noted for me, sure, Number of the Beast itself. That's an interesting song, and legendary, totally legendary would be Run to the Hills. That starting riff, that sound from that song, it's that's Maiden. Yeah, when you have only a few seconds to show somebody what's the sound of Maiden, that song. Yeah, this and we are coming later to another one where I would say these are the songs that's so, yeah, that's the iconic sound of Iron Maiden. Yeah.
He killed our queen, he took our dream.
then you have Hollowed by the Name. That's another amazing song. So there you have 4 mega songs, and the rest is really good. So all in all, Maiden doesn't have many songs on their albums. Most of the time they have 4 songs on each side, not more. But the album is still or always around 50 minutes, so they fill it up totally. Though you know they have long songs, but yeah, they are never boring to me. They have such a great rhythm with all their guitarists they have, and the bass player. It never gets boring. So Maiden, like I said, 4 songs most of the time, and yeah, 50 minutes. You need time. Yeah. Next one would be directly 1 year later. So they delivered, like so many other bands, each year 1 album. It's totally overkill. That's why so many bands are running out of steam that fast. Mostly after 5 years, they are done and empty with ideas and peace of mind. Maybe you can see that's a high quality gatefold, amazing print quality. Again, these anti-static inner sleeves. Over 2 LPs this time. Or is it 2 LPs? Or no, it's just a gatefold. Just a gatefold, but not 2 LPs. That comes later. Yeah. But I did take notes there too that absolutely silent again. That's again an pressing done from Chris Bellman. Another one in that area below 30 euros with 29. So with that amazing gatefold, the pressing quality amazing, totally silent, no pops, no clicks, no nothing. The sound is still there. Wow, yeah, for 29 euros. Totally happy with that. And sure, what we have here is next to Run to the Hills. Here's the Trooper on, and the Trooper like Run to the has such an amazing starting riff. You immediately know, that's the Trooper. Fantastic song, and the rest is really nice too. I did take notes, at least 3 songs I noted for me which are really great, and the rest is at least very good. So that's a great album too. Doesn't get boring at all. Yeah, totally winner for that price. Amazing. Yeah, next one would be one I already had. Bought that in, no, wait, that one is before, I would say. That's from 84, yeah. That's what, 83, 84. Power Slave. That's a German first pressing. So as many would say, oh, something really special. Yeah, it was in near mint quality, cover and the LP. It's yeah, the noise floor and pops and clicks is really okay. Not as silent as the other two I had, but good enough. And yeah, that's an album. Yeah, it's, I would say it's a different style of Maiden. It has more power. That's a stronger album. Already with Bruce Dickinson. Yeah, I did notice for me the the longer the album went, especially when Power Slave itself comes. Yeah, that's a powerful song. But all in all, the sound itself is heavier, faster, more power. So for many, they are like this album the most. Not for me. I prefer a little bit the slower stuff when they are getting a bit more melodic. But it's still it's a great album. Yeah. And but it was 65 euros, I think. 50. That one was 50. So that's okay for a first pressing in that condition. But I guess there is one out from Chris Bellman too, and maybe you get it half price, and maybe it sounds as good. Yeah, I have no chance to compare them against each other, but when I see the first presses I have, they are not sounding that amazing. That I would say they are worth everything. No, no, you have to check their. That's not sound like you would hear from the Eagles or from other bands. No, it's not really a high res sound, if you could call it that. Yeah. Or high res recordings. Yeah, that one somewhere in time would be the next. That's from 86, and that's in US pressing, also from a record store. This was 60 euros. That's, yeah, quite heavy. The album isn't that amazing to me, but the cover art is maybe their best work. Backside too. Yeah, there's so much stuff on there in detail. Yeah, you will always find new stuff when you look closer on both sides. That's really well done. Yeah, but there are not that many great songs on there compared to the other albums, especially because of Alexander the Great. I would say that's maybe the best song on that album. But all in all, it's not as strong as the others before to me. So 60 euros is, it's a little bit too expensive for me. I guess the Bellman version, if there is some out, but I guess there is, maybe for half the price, I guess I would be totally happy with that too. But yeah, I already had it before I knew that Chris Bellman did this. Yeah. So that's the next one. That's from 88 then. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Yeah, it's I would say it's better than Somewhere in Time. What did I? Which notice would I take? Yeah, it's the first one. It's still Chris Bellman. That's all the same, but the inner sleeves were only paper. No clue why they did change this only with this record. All the rest is the same. It's a total silent album too, for 23 euros. Also, not very expensive. So quite happy with that. There are some great songs. A Seventh Son itself is, I would say, the best song, and other great guitar riffs. So I'm happy with that too, and especially when I consider the price. 100 euros, I maybe would have skipped this album. Yeah, but so I took it. So that's another one from 92. Another gatefold. Yeah, high clothy. Again, great quality. Also really nice inner sleeves. are correct this time, anti-static, and this time they even used 2 LPs. So that's a long album too. And they even only took 3 songs per side. So all in all, not even that many songs, but like Maiden always does, uh, quite long songs. But again, almost never you get bored of that. They simply have, a great style, a great sound. It's they are not getting boring, And the main song sure would be Fear of the Dark himself. That's the reason I bought this album, because that's a really strong song, and it was that good that I would say I buy this album alone. And it was in the end, it was even better as I expected. With the 2 albums, they were able to put in even more sound. They simply have more space when they push out one song, when they only have 3 per side. So you would say that that album sounds a bit better as the other one. So all in all, cool album. Totally happy with that. Then is an album with Blaze Barley as the singer. So they did change again their front guy from Bruce Dickinson to him. Not sure if it was because of conditions of Dickinson, but I guess that was later, as far as I know. Maybe he needed a break back then, whatever. But again, it's a different sounding singer. But again, I can live with that. I got from one band many albums and three singers, and to me it works. That's quite rare, and many bands do not survive this. Yeah, like Queen, we know they never recovered after they lost their Mercury. And Dickinson also is amazing, but they managed. To me, this album did work. When I did listening over YouTube first, I already thought, that's there are many great songs on this. The cover art again, Maiden like high clothy again. They again did use the correct inner sleeves again, 2 LPs. So again, then much space for sound, and this album sounds great too. And the longer the album goes, the more great songs are coming, in my opinion. So I really, I prefer Bruce Dickinson too. I think he's the best of the 3, but because the sound of Maiden always stays intact, and they are playing a lot in the background, so I totally can forgive them for changing the singer. He does an okay job, and the sound and the great songs are still there. So I did get this one too. And what did this cost? 47 for a double LP with that great gatefold, totally silent again, like the others. Bellman was included, so great, yeah. And the last album, studio album, I did buy. I did not get any further with Iron Maiden to actual years. They did some albums after that. I have to first listen to them. If I still would say, well, that's still good enough. But Brave New World came out 2000. That's the 2015 pressing I already had. Not a good pressing, I would say. And this is sad because this album is fighting against Number of the Beast for me for the best album, because of the many amazing songs. Ghost of the Navigator is on here. Brave New World itself is an amazing song. Totally love that. And maybe their best song completely over their entire career might be for me Blood Brothers. and that's here on. So that's an important album for me. Again, 2 LPs. Yeah, bass is okay, but I would say it sounds muddy. I don't know. It's the singer is not clear enough. That's not an really amazing pressing, but what was more important, yeah, there are these two, three important songs I mentioned, yeah, and they are also on their live LP, which I did know first. And there is, for me, is simply no comparison when it comes to power, to fun, to everything is there live. It's a little bit faster, I would say. It's clearer, it's stronger. Everything is better than the studio album cannot even compare to me. When you know this out of your head, minute, second by second, and then the important parts are coming, and then you listen to the studio album, then it's nothing there. It's that's all on their live version, yeah. And I got two live LPs from Maiden. This one came. That's also, as far as I know, Chris Bellman thing over 2 LPs. Yeah, also a great high clothy gatefold. Yeah, this time paper inner sleeves, but well done. Yeah, not standard. There picture on it. The sound quality of this one from the band itself, it's great. It's sound wise, I would say it's the best I have. From Dickinson selbst, as the vocalist, not so happy with this one. He's quite in distance to me. Yeah? Not that clear. That's a little bit sad because the rest is amazing. Yeah. So, but still happy with this one. Everything what I do miss in the studio versions from Maiden is here. Yeah, the live versions are simply great. They are better live. Yeah, and that's rare. Yeah, and this one is even better. The Rock in Rio. At least at here, I would say, yeah, the band is maybe the sound is not that great, but the singer is totally there. And even more important would be this is from '85, so you only have 4 or 5 albums. Yeah, Maiden had at the time. Yeah, the songs are great, absolutely everything that's on here is great, but this one is from 2002, so they had their entire important catalog done by now, and they could include here Blood Brothers and Brave New World, which are two that's 3 LP album. That's a total the killer for me against this because of these songs. Yeah, they're the best at the best, but sound quality wise, yeah, you could wish for more. Sadly, even with 3 LPs, it's not that great. And yeah, there I would say that what I have had in the beginning with the DVD, I would say is still the best, the best I have for Maiden. Yeah. So yeah, you could say, well, these were all misboards. No, but I wanted to have the studio versions too. Yeah, for if you are a vinyl collector, you are yeah, a completion guy. From your favorite bands, you want to have their most beloved stuff. But still, I would say if I only had to keep one thing from Maiden, it would be the DVD, because this I would even say the sound quality is more fun than the LP. The picture is not, sadly, it's not in HD. It's yeah, it's PAL, it's 4:3, it's not even widescreen, sadly. Picture quality isn't great, but at the end I will include some snips from that concert, and it's so great. Everything that Dickinson is singing there with this emotions in his voice. He's totally there, and the fans are with them. The LPs, simply the studio LPs, that cannot even compare any close, in my opinion. That's totally outshines them. There is so much life and power and rhythm in what Maiden does, yeah, with their entire yeah, guitarists. It all comes together, and Dickinson is performing amazing in that album, in that concert. I guess it was in front of 250,000 people, and you feel that too. The band feels that. That's one of their biggest gigs they ever did. Everything comes together in this. That's why I totally would recommend uh, that concert. Watching it completely from start to finish. Blood Brothers is then it's a mega killer song. It's extremely long, but it's totally fun. Yeah, and every great song they ever did, I would say, is on here. Yeah, so I wouldn't say there's any really important song missing here. Yeah, you get them all here. Plus, on top, their great performance. So yeah, like I said, Maiden next to Judas Priest is the best of the best for me when it comes to heavy metal. And their live version, same with Judas Priest, their live versions are simply even more amazing. Yeah, so I guess when I do at some point in video over Judas Priest, that might end up the same. Yeah, that the Epita live concert I have, that maybe this is still the most fun to me against their studio albums, which suffer from the same problem like Maiden. The power they can deliver live simply isn't on the studio versions to me. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about Iron Maiden. Hope you enjoyed it, and maybe give this band a chance if you didn't know it. If it's your kind of music style, even if you are in heavy metal, there are so many sub metal genres these days. Yeah, with power metal, death metal, and all the other stuff, speed metal. And yeah, Maiden falls in the category where you would say a new wave of British heavy metal, and it's yeah, they are the best. Yeah, then that's all I have to say about that. Till next time, bye.
babies of earth.